A few hours ago, while sharing a video on his official Twitter page, Mahadi Shehu revealed that there is an illegal gold mining in Zamfara and it is located in Anka local government. Mahadi Shehu also said that the gold mining is owned by a former governor, a retired general, and a serving senator.
Welcome to 360 Creation. Today we'll be discussing about one of the issues that have been happening in one of the states, and I want to see what do you think? Okay, me, I've been hearing this mining in Zamfara, gold and all that. I don't know. Well, here in this channel, I have with me Mr. Martins. So please tell me what you think about the mining in Zamfara State.
Honestly, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
The mining in Zamfara, when you hear of these kind of stories, it's on one side, it's funny. And it's a pitiable situation.
Why do you say that?
Yes, it's funny because it looks like there's no law in the land.
Okay.
Yes. Looks like there's no law, as though we're living in a lawless society.
Well, I have a video that shows where this mining is. I think somewhere in Anka and all of that. And there are people living there. You understand? So are you saying those people are not really safe?
In terms of their security, I think a time can come in life that you don't decide your security. The system decides your security for you.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, imagine a case whereby you've been held as a hostage and you are told to do something. Won't you do it?
Do you have choice? I think I also heard of an issue about, was it South Korea or where? But I know that would be a discussion for another day.
Okay.
Where almost, in fact, I don't need to tell you what is happening there anyway, but it's more like what you're trying to say right now. The government have just described everything that you need to do. If you do anything less than that, gone.
In this condition, it is not the government. It is,
okay.
Based on the video we just watched,
it
is an individual.
Yeah.
You understand? As you're watching the video, you will see it's an individual. And
I think there's a video on the screen right now.
Yes.
Like you can see the whole place. Like it's more like a community. Okay.
This is more than a community. It's like an international market. No, sincerely. Sincerely.
That's serious. Well, looking at everything that is happening, it looks like one. I'm just surprised that we have a place like this and people are look at them. Like just look at these guys.
Now, for instance, the question is, how are these people getting out with? They are digging it out. It's
Look
just
at
like
it, you're watching it already.
They are lifting out the country's land to another land. You understand? And this is the treasure of the nation.
Yeah.
Looking at this state in question, the state is one of the most impoverished states in the country. One of the most underdeveloped states in the country. One of the most educationally backward and economically stagnated states in the country.
Yeah. You agree with me that of course the country is still coming up, like the state is still coming up. They're about how many years now? It's up to 25. I think there are some time ago they celebrated like 20 years this thing.
You see,
so I want to believe that they are coming up.
No,
okay?
No.
The country, although they have resources.
I think I disagree with that.
Okay, why?
I disagree with that because there's a difference between a state that has resources and a state that doesn't.
And the pace of growth
growth and development will totally be different. It's just like you are having $1 billion naira and I'm having 1,000 naira. You can't compare our what we can buy. Definitely you can buy more. You can reach a whole lot of places at the shortest possible time.
Well, not to cut you short anyway, you already mentioned, of course, it's educationally backward. And well, even with your resource and everything, what will you see of a state that probably don't value education but have these resources? It's almost like they will just, they throw away the education and then waste the gold. I don't know the adage that they put together like that. You understand? Managing the resources becomes a challenge, but from the look of things, I don't know if these resources are actually impacting the economy in Zamfara State.
I think that's even the question, because as it is now, the state is not benefiting.
Hmm.
You know, normally every national resources belongs to the federal government.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
But in this case,
woodland, whatever.
In this case, it doesn't even belong to the state government. It belongs to an individual.
Okay.
You understand? I don't have any proof, so I'm not calling names. You understand?
Okay.
Yes, I'm not calling names. So, but as we can see, the state has not come out to say they have any kind of
revenue coming from okay the mining of
the mining.
Well, that's really disheartening anyway for a state that has resources like this and not having revenue coming in from them. I think it is not really good for the state. But I don't know. Well, I'm sure the current governor under the leadership of who is working towards something that probably will be beneficial to the state.
And you should understand that some of these things, it will be difficult to crack down because what you are fighting is not just a person but a system. Because some of these people they have grown strong. The state governor cannot do much. It will take the federal might to come into this situation.
Okay.
Yes, because some of these guys have been there for a very long time. They understand the system. Possibly they might have actually have reached out to the state government.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So they know so many governors and all of that. So I think that's a discussion
for another day.
For another day.
I like you to also understand that this whole thing we're talking about, it doesn't just start 20 years ago. This thing probably has been there for many years, even before Zamfara was even called Zamfara.
And no, it happens in so many places. Sometimes when a natural resources is discovered, some individuals will begin to mine it first. Then when the government get to fully know that this thing is here, they cordon off those places. You understand? But in this case, the government has known about this thing for a very, very long time.
So can we say, like, from what you are seeing on the screen right now, can we say that the government, for instance, are aware of these activities?
Are you telling me they are not aware?
Well, I'm surprised. I've heard issues of
insurgency
in the state.
They are very much aware. Some years back, there was a serious issue that led to so many killings that has a connection to some of the traditional heads and the gold mining.
Okay.
The federal government put a stop to mining then.
Oh.
You understand? But possibly they didn't see this. They didn't put a stop to this. Possibly this person is stronger. These are some of the people they call, in quotes, cabals.
Well, honestly, I just wish that this can actually be put into a production. You can see a quantity of what they are mining. Only God knows how many gold.
How do you expect security to be stable in such a state?
Yeah. With interest, a lot of interest.
A whole lot of interest. So many people are reaping out of the insecurity. Yeah. When you create this kind of insecurity, you focus on securing the state, paying less attention to things like this.
Yeah. I think to add to that even reminds me of something that I think one of the aspiring president, so was it Mustafa, when he talks about uranium?
Uranium. Yes.
Honestly, I was really surprised when I heard the amount of and from his from everything he has said, this is something that has dated back into many years. That people have been, and it interests the international community, and not to be very surprised. I also understand that even the white men are actually in Zamfara mining this gold.
That's why I said it's actually like you are fighting a system. You are not fighting just a person or the gold mining in itself. You are fighting a system that has been there for long. You understand? It takes the federal government and it takes an iron hand.
Because then they will be dealing with the state itself.
And
more than that.
You are dealing with the state, and the state is dealing with even possibly international communities.
Yeah, I understand your point. I understand. Well, that's a very vital point. Well, it's all we want to say is that these things are actually happening. A lot of people out there are aware of the insurgency moving around within the state and outside the state, and it's a lot of concern because people are dying every day. You can't even pinpoint exactly what the problem is. With activity like this now, I'll be tempted to say, okay, fine, this whole thing is happening because of this. So is it actually because of this, or it could be something else?
And this can be one of it. You understand? This can be one of it. You know, in a case like this, there must be a holistic review.
Yeah, sure.
You understand?
Definitely.
This is one of it. It might not be all about it, but it's one of it. Now, look at the people working. It was found that they are being paid 1,000 per day. Imagine
I laughed when I heard that.
Imagine you are working for 1,000 per day for. That's the case of what they call monkey they walk,
baboon they chop.
Baboon they chop. You understand? So you are actually giving out your future to someone in exchange for 1,000.
1,000 naira. You know, I think well, this might be out of the picture anyway. But I learned that if you go to Dubai now, I think maybe their gold, whatever, that most of the gold you will see there are actually from Zamfara State. Majority of the gold you see in I think whether the gold, whatever, is actually from this very
state. Yes, we heard of such reports. You see more of Zamfara gold in Dubai and all of that, and the same country that this stuff is coming from, there is no official gold refining company. It's painful.
Honestly, it's really painful. Please, viewers, I would like you to tell us what you think. Okay, is this an issue of concern, especially to the state and also to the country at large? Because this will create a ripple effect and affect other states as well. You know, like if one party is being disturbed, the other party is also being disturbed. So we'll call it a day on this. So final thought. What do you have to say? Looking at
my final thoughts on this is Nigeria needs to wake up and get serious.
Yeah. Nigeria need to wake up and get serious from Tope Martins. Okay, so thank you so very much. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, hit the notification bell. Make sure you don't miss any of our episodes. This is 360 Creation. Peace out.